And I'd like to finish my talk by reading you a mathematical poem that I wrote a little while ago. And it's about the number E. And it's about E's struggle with their identity. I mean, I've lifted whole lines from angsty poetry I wrote when I was about 15. I will let you work out for yourselves which lines those are. But actually, ultimately, it's a love poem. And it's called E to the X. And if you're laughing at that, it's going to go well. And so it goes like this. I'm E. If you don't know me, I live between 2 and 3. This is my story. I'm misunderstood. Everybody thinks I'm just 2.71, but there's more to me that they don't see. I wish they would. And I'm named after a letter, which makes things worse, not better. The other numbers, they laugh at me for that too. So I say to them, look at all the things I can do. Surely I'm the only number to have walked this earth and expressed themselves in verse. But that's not cool. That's not fashionable. It's all about being able to express yourself as something fractional. Otherwise, they say there's something wrong with you. You're crazy. Irrational. The natural numbers can count themselves. Lucky. They can easily find their space because our place on that line is defined by our digits. And I don't know all of mine. But there was a time when there were 3 of us who didn't fit. Pi also didn't know where on that line to sit. And next there was I. She was in a dimension of her own. The 3 of us were meant to be, I thought. We were all part of the same identity. But then we grew up. I started to see Pi from a new angle. He had nice legs. I loved that the rest of his body was basically a rectangle. We went on a couple of dates until Pi Day, 3/14. He let them approximate him. And he became an overnight sensation, a household name, one of those faces everybody knows. And lost in that world of meaningless approximation, he wouldn't let me take him to more than 2 places. And time passed, and even my old friend I grew apart. The headiness of youth replaced by the steadiness of age. And I began to see what others had told me, and I'd refused to believe I was imaginary. And you're probably wondering, well, what about Tao? I mean, she's twice the number that Pi will ever be. But Pi and Tao, they are similar, and for me it was all a bit familiar. Tao, she's just too Pi. So that was it. But that was a line of the poem. So that was it. Back to lonely me, lonely E. It was hard, and I'm not a negative number. But then I met her, X. She said, I'm X. I asked, are you a multiplication sign? And she laughed. No, I get that all the time. No, I'm curly X. She's curly X. And she's sort of curvy X. But that's not it. I'm not one to make judgments based on digits or figures. She's different. She's fun. And it's true, I can't always work her out. But I like that too. So I wrote her a poem. E to the X. I wrote about all my feelings and how exponentially they've grown. I planned to perform it as a rap, but then I bottled it, and on the bus home, I typed it into WhatsApp. I sent it, and then screamed inside until she read it, and she replied. And I won't tell you what she said, but the bit that is etched in my head is the final line. A string of X's. A bold move, I thought at the time, to bring up old partners. first was Curly X, that's her name. The rest was to say she'd like to see me again. And if you're surprised that what was essentially a joke about numbers just did something unexpected to your heart, well, shame on you, numbers can have feelings too. And so this is the story of me, an X, and the number she's shown me. I can be, I'm E, I live between 2 and 3, I don't know where exactly, I don't care, I'm E. So that was E for the X, and I've been Zoe, thank you very much.